Squash the scum!
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Every Ever, I guess, as well as Storm Central. I don't know, it's kind of confusing with all these series and playlists I have. But anyways, this is every single Force Unleashed Stormtrooper or Imperial Trooper released in the Hasbro Star Wars 3/4 inch scale. I'm not including any named characters, so don't say, where's Battle Damaged Vader, where's Juno Eclipse, where's Starkiller? Even though I don't know if Starkiller could have ever been counted as an Imperial, he was just kind of loyal to Vader. But anyways, yeah, no named characters, just, normal grunts and troopers from the Galactic Empire as they appeared in Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I love this stuff. I absolutely love this stuff. Some of these characters are only from the PlayStation 2 version, some of these characters are only from the PlayStation 3 version, and some of them are only from like one panel of the graphic novel version of The Force Unleashed. But yeah, I love this collection. Absolutely adore it. And what can I say, man? Force Unleashed is one of my favorite aspects of Star Wars. In my personal canon, it's still canon to me. I love The Force Unleashed. But yeah, let's just start getting on into it. Let's talk about the Evo Troopers first. Say hello to the Evo Trooper. He's made for environments that are a little dangerous, like Raxus Prime. Raxus Prime, to me, is one of the coolest Star Wars planets. Please, let's have it in a movie, because I love Raxus Prime to death. And I love how many... I think there's like 2 levels in the PS2 version where you're on Raxus Prime. But yeah, this guy's actually not in the PS2 version. His only equivalent in the PS2 version is the Heavy Trooper, and we're going to see a kind of sort of figure of that here soon. But yeah, I love the Evo Trooper design. This helmet is just awesome. I definitely see the Stormtrooper in it, but I also kind of see a bit of like a First Order Stormtrooper with how the line just goes all the way through. I really do dig that. Of course, this is like, this came out in 2008, so this is about 7 years before The Force Awakens even happened. But yeah, the design's amazing. Removable backpack, really cool gun, kind of like the Sand Trooper gun. I don't know why my voice is breaking today. My voice has just been in such an awful state these past few days. But yeah, I think we'll just try to make through. We'll try to survive. Articulation's pretty standard for a 3/4 inch Star Wars figure. Nothing you'd expect. Nothing you wouldn't expect. The hoses there do detach from the helmet, so you don't have to worry about those breaking off. They just kind of slot into the helmet. I do appreciate when Hasbro does things like that, so they're courteous to people who just want to just move their heads around and be dangerous and be crazy with things. Next up, we have an Evo Trooper from one of those Toys R Us multi-packs, but here's the catch. He's kind of like an Evo Trooper, right? But he's sort of also inspired by the Heavy Troopers from the PlayStation 2 version of The Force Unleashed. He's not exact, of course, but I feel like some of the changes they made, mostly to the design of the helmet, kind of are a little more indicative of the Heavy Trooper from the PS2 version. But still, it is an Evo Trooper, so we can't say it's not an Evo Trooper. Pretty much the same thing, just slightly different deco. You can definitely see the difference in the helmet there. It's a little more cleaner this time around. No weathering, no battle damage of any sort. I do like this version, but I don't know if I prefer it. And it's definitely not my favorite. From another Force Unleashed multi-pack comes the Camo Evo Trooper. This one specifically was on Raxus Prime, and he was specifically also in one panel of the graphic novel version of The Force Unleashed, which I actually bought and I actually own and I actually read and I actually enjoyed. But yeah, he's just in the graphic novel version just once. I mean, he's just in a panel. There you go. There's the image. That's all there is of this guy. But they made a figure of it anyway, and I'm so happy they did. Oh my god, these colors are so nice. Pretty much the same kind of color scheme, but some of the gray is removed and just replaced with more places for the camo. And I really do enjoy that. I wish we had more troopers like this guy, and I wish we got more figures like this guy. This is by far one of my favorite Stormtrooper action figures. So nice. Then even on the back, too, it's just all over. What a nice thing. I love it. It's my new best friend. Moving on to the Jump Troopers then, and here's the 30th Anniversary Collection version of the Jump Trooper. He has a problem. He doesn't have a jetpack, so how's he supposed to jump? I don't understand this. But yeah, it's the Jump Trooper. He also kind of has the removable hose thing, but this time it's for his chest. Really cool figure, man. Why is his head stuck? I mean, that was like really stuck, and it's really creaky. Ew. Yeah, it doesn't like staying in when you move the head too much. Sometimes it does, but not all the time. Yet again, pretty standard articulation for the time. Nothing special, but still really nice. It was a figure. But yeah, no jetpack. That's really odd and really weird. If only Hasbro back in the day actually gave the thought to, re-release him with a jetpack. Oh wait, they did. Yes, this is another version from another multi-pack. Very, very similar figure. Very minor paint changes, just some darker grays and some very minor paint differences. But this time around, he actually has a hole for a new jetpack, or jump pack, and it looks very nice. I'm very happy they re-released this guy to actually have a jetpack instead of just leaving him without it. I really do love the design of the Jump Trooper as well. Not as much as the Evo, but I do enjoy it. I enjoy that sun visor like Commander Cody. God, I can't even talk. Let's just finish this video so I can just go home. Wait, I already am home. Time to talk about my absolute favorite Stormtrooper. It's the Stormtrooper Commander. I love this guy so much. It wasn't even from the version of the video game I played, but I don't care. I love him. So yeah, this is a... Get out of their hair! Oh my god! This figure is a repaint of the then new 30th anniversary Stormtrooper figure with a removable helmet. And then, as you can see, he's kind of like a Jango Fett clone. And I do appreciate that. I really try not to remove the helmet on this because the face is painted and the head is cast in black and that nose will rub off. So don't remove the helmet or just never put it on. Make your pick and deal with it. The paint's pretty alright. I do really like the blue and all that. The only reason I say it's alright instead of it's great is because it's not really accurate on the arms there. That's just kind of on the wrong spots. It's a little bothersome, but other than that, man, it's a really nice figure, and I do highly recommend it if you are a fan of the Stormtrooper Commander like I am. You need someone to command your Stormtroopers, and it might as well be a really cool looking blue 501st looking Stormtrooper Commander. A fan theory I kind of enjoy is that Stormtrooper Commanders are like remnants of 501sts, and they just said, hey, do you want to be a commander? And they're like, yeah, sure. So I like that theory. It's kind of cool. Also explains the blue in the deco. Okay, I gotta talk about this guy real quick because he is actually going to be in The Mandalorian. That's really exciting. This is an Incinerator Trooper, aka kind of the Imperial Flame Trooper. He only came with the standard Stormtrooper E11. He didn't come with a flamethrower, unfortunately. But yeah, this is the Incinerator Trooper. He came in a multi-pack with, I don't remember if it was Vader or the Emperor. There it is right there. And then we'll determine that later. I always film these videos really late at night when my memory's not good, and that's probably a problem, but I don't really care. So yeah, Incinerator Trooper is a repaint of that sort of, vintage original trilogy collection Stormtrooper molded that we've all come to know and love. And look at that deco, man. He kind of has like the slightly green eyes, and I really enjoy that. The red is just spot on. I really do love this figure. The Incinerator is just one of the coolest designs, and I'm so happy it's going to get some live-action exposure in the Mandalorian show. And if you haven't seen it, it's in the one of the trailers or some of the footage. It's really exciting. They do have shoulder pauldrons as well sometimes. Why did you get out of focus? Are you just trying to sabotage my life? Time to talk about the Shadow Stormtrooper. And this figure came in the other multi-pack, whichever one was Emperor or Vader, I don't remember. But yeah, this is a Shadow Stormtrooper specifically from The Force Unleashed. The Shadow Stormtroopers, it's this all black, come from, the expanded universe and, comics and all that. The Force Unleashed versions were slightly different. They kind of had more of a metallic armor, and they also phased. They went invisible. And we got a figure of that, as you can see right there. Yeah, this figure is really nice. You may be wondering, why is his leg slightly bent? I don't know if this is for all the copies of this figure, but one leg is longer than the other. I have no idea. This is very odd to me. So my figure has to forever be making like a stepping pose, even in the military lineup. Really odd, because I have all my Stormtroopers still lined up. But yeah, it's a really nice figure. Pretty good articulation, what you expect. And from those Force Unleashed multi-packs, here is the phasing Shadow Stormtrooper. Made out of all clear plastic, with some hints of blue painted on, like on the ankles there, and on the arms, and on the face. Some black as well, to accentuate the undersuit. I really do appreciate that detail. Even some black there, sort of like some translucent black on the holster. Looking at the figure a little more close. Oh, I love this thing. Got to be careful, though, because clear plastic figures, just clear plastic, you just got to be careful, Batman, so I try not to move this thing much. Standard articulation. Really do love this figure. If you're a fan of unique or transparent toys, you need to get yourself the clear Stormtrooper figure. Why wouldn't you want this? It's amazing. Get it. And I like how it's like a darker, kind of smokier clear, too. It's not clear, so you can still tell it's like a Shadow Stormtrooper, not just a pure, clear white one. That whole time I was talking, I was fighting a burp. That's why it sounded kind of weird. Next up, we have my boys, the Imperial Navy Commandos. These guys are from the PS2 version of the game, and they were released in a Toys R Us multi-pack. And just let me say, I love these guys. I never got around to army building them. They're pretty expensive now, but this is just... Oh, I love these guys. Let's talk about the normal trooper first. Now, you may be wondering, why is he holding a massive E11? In the game, they kind of have E11s, but they're actually really large. So I actually give these guys the Force... not the Force. I was about to say the Force Unleashed. The power of the Force, Stormtrooper blasters, because they're a lot larger. And I just have a standard E11 in there. But guess what? They came with DC-15 carbines. No idea why. I don't know why Hasbro did that. They came with DC-15 carbines. So yeah, if you have some extra E11s laying around, you know what to do. I would highly recommend giving them the larger Power of the Force ones, because it just looks... I feel like I'm just looking at the video game right now, and it's so amazing. So the design of the Imperial Navy Commando is just so soothing to my heart. I absolutely love this trooper design. It is by far one of my favorite trooper designs. So nice. Kind of like a mix between a scout trooper and a stormtrooper and even a snow trooper a little bit. It's such a perfect mix. This helmet, man, is just so cool. I wish I just had like 4 of this guy. But you know what? I have 1, and that's okay. They also did a commander, which is very awesome. The differences with this guy is that he has a slightly different pouch on his belt there. He has a backpack. Both of them came with backpacks, but to be game accurate, the normal Navy Commando does not include one. And just to emphasize this, they did paint inside there to make it look like an actual detail on the non-Commander, but on the Commander they just left it unpainted because you're supposed to have the backpack on the Navy Commando Commander. Really cool figure. Other differences also include the helmet here. He actually has the visor, which unfortunately does not move down, just because of how it's basically just tacked onto the original helmet. But still, these are just so nice. I love them. If you can try to track them down, I really recommend it. I love these things. One thing, though, before we move on to the last figure, I really wish they would have made one of those Clone Trooper, Stormtrooper 501st hybrids from the opening of the PlayStation 2 video game. Here's a picture of it. I really wish they made a figure of that, but they never got around to it, which is a real shame. The last figure, don't sue me, is technically not a Stormtrooper, but it's still a generic Imperial bad guy, so I figured I would throw him in here. And it is the Shadow Royal Guard. It's the Shadow Guard. He is basically... he's a Shadow Guard, but he can use the Force a little bit, and he has a Force pike. It's like a lightsaber, and it's got a pike on it, and this guy's really awesome. He is a direct repaint of the 2005 Red Guard, the 2005 Royal Guard. He even has the same kind of scheme with the cloak, which I really do like that kind of scheme, where it has a cape in the back and then just kind of like a cloak in the front. He does still have the under armor, if you want to pop the head off and just have him with the armor. Oh no, his Biker Scout pistol's gone. I have spares of those, it's all good. But yeah, you can just kind of see the under armor there. He's got pretty good articulation, swivel, hinge. Nothing at the knee, unfortunately. Does have a swivel there. And one thing, a lot of people give this articulation point a lot of hate, but I really love it. I've never had any issue with the swivel elbows. I mean, sure, you don't get the perfect range. Like, you can't have him bent with his elbow bent perfectly straight. But still, like, I feel like it's just a really playable figure with the swivel elbows. Like, he can move his arms. You can just get him to hold stuff no matter what. He can just be like, yah, yah. It's a good point of articulation. I think if Hasbro is just going to go a route where they're just doing mixed articulation, they're sacrificing some points, I think they could get rid of the ball hinge elbow and just do a swivel elbow. I'd be fine with that. I would also be fine with just swivel shoulders if the shoulders like outward enough. But you know what? I'm just hoping we get stuff other than 5 POA, because I'm really sick of 5 POA. But yeah, there we go. Why does this always happen? Every single time. So yes, there we go. There's every Force Unleashed, Stormtrooper, or Imperial. I love this collection. I've been meaning to make this video even before Clone Corner existed. That's how long I've been wanting to make this video. I'm finally happy I did, though. I really do love this collection, and I recommend you go out and get all of them. If there's only a few that I could not recommend, you definitely don't have to get the Jump Trooper without the jetpack. I'm not too big of a fan of this version of the Evo Trooper. I think that one's perfectly fine. This is just too much of like a... It's kind of a heavy trooper. It's kind of an Evo Trooper, but it's not really either of them. So you don't really have to get that one. Ones I would recommend the most, those two. And those, basically these three right here are the ones I would recommend the most. You know, interchange the other Navy Commandos. But yeah, Commander, Evo, Camo, and the Navy Commandos. I love them all. So yeah, there we go. That's pretty much it. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my social media links down in the description below. Have a good day, guys. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to force push. Crap, something fell behind there.